those days, in my boots. He leaned over and planted a kiss on my cheek. "Had a good day? I've missed you." He didn't offer to pour me a drink, but carried his urn into the living room. Scowling, I hung my coat on the hook, then headed into the kitchen to make my urn. At least the kettle had just boiled. With a cup of tea in hand, we didn't even share a preference for hot drinks. I followed him into the room. It wasn't that I particularly wanted to spend the next few hours watching Seth's favourite programmes, but unless I wanted to stand in the kitchen, sit on the loo, or spend the evening in our bedroom, there wasn't much of a choice. The flat had been described by the council as compact. I could think of other descriptions. The one good thing about the place was the view. Being on the 10th floor, I could see for miles from every window. Luckily for me, the location of our building meant that the view from our living room balcony was amazing. In the distance I could see fields and trees, the promise of countryside. In dry weather, I would spend as much time as possible sitting on that balcony, staring into the distance and daydreaming. Years of practice had given me the ability to completely ignore the broken-down cars, piles of rubbish, and gangs of yobs congregating in the area immediately around the block of flats. My focus was all on the horizon, where there was beauty and hope. Seth yawned. "Tiring day?" I asked, screwing up my nose, as he put down his coffee and stretched, breaking wind as he did so. Where, I wondered, had my hunky, romantic boyfriend gone? Evidently sarcasm went over Seth's head. "Yeah, been really busy," he agreed. "I've written 3 poems. "Wonderful." Well, that must have taken up 15 minutes of his time. Bet he hasn't done the washing, though. Lazy swine. "Naomi popped by," he said. "She's had another row with Dad." I tutted into my cup so he wouldn't hear me. What was new? His sister was always rowing with her dad because he had some weird idea that people should actually go out and earn a living. Neither of his children seemed to agree with that strange philosophy. Mind you, they didn't seem to object to other people earning a living on their behalf. Naomi was 26 and still living at home, sponging off her father. Seth, meanwhile, had me. And Redmond called. Told him you were at work and you'd call him back." Redmond called? Not like him. He'd already sent me a birthday card with a £20 note slotted inside. It had been a massive relief, as it meant I had enough money for my bus fares to work until that blessed day at the end of the month, when my wages would finally go into the bank. "Did he say what he wanted?" Seth gave me one of his looks. Once upon a time I'd have melted at one of those looks. He used to seem smouldering and sexy when he lowered his head and peered up at me with those unusual grey eyes. Lately he just looked cross-eyed and stoned, which he probably was, judging by the sickly sweet smell that lingered in the air. "You know, your brother," he said. "Never tells me anything, terribly disapproving. I'm far too much of a free spirit and he just can't handle it." I fished my mobile phone out of my bag and went through the contacts list looking for Redmond's number. But when I called, I only got the engaged tone, so hung up. Tapping into the Facebook app instead, I scrolled down through my feed, wondering if anyone had posted birthday wishes to me. Jilly had, which was lovely. Redmond wasn't on Facebook, as he was far too busy being an academic genius and earning shed loads of money from his work at university. Tamsin had posted a photograph of a vast bunch of flowers on my timeline and wished me a lovely day. She'd sent me a beautiful bouquet through the post, which had rarely touched me as no one ever bought me flowers. Although I had panicked a bit, as I didn't possess a vase. An old Pyrex jug had served the purpose. I appreciated a kind gesture, but still tutted as I caught a glimpse of another of her impossibly jolly updates. "Lovely sunny day. Off to Pilates. Feeling happy." Trust Tamsin. Even the sun was on her side. I could just picture my sister living her perfect life in her perfect 5-bedroom detached new build, while I was stuck in a dingy council flat with the rain pouring down out.